Hey, Vegeta! I'm haunting you!
Hey guys, DB right here, and today I'm here starting another What If, and it just sort of dawned on me that this could be a really fun story, something fun we can poke around with anyway. And, well, firstly, I'll apologize for not having a video the last, couple of days or so. I've been a bit sick and wasn't well enough to do a video yesterday, so sorry guys if you're expecting a video. However, I'm feeling a lot better today. I do feel strong enough that I can at least do a what if video. And a little bit of like cruising on the skateboard, of course. Anyway, now for this what if, I wanted to I've been thinking about doing this for quite a while, and especially since Team 4-Star sort of more or less pointed it out as in one of their jokes. And well, this what if is, what if Nappa was revived? Revived? How do you mean, DB Right? What are you talking about? What does this have to do with Team 4-Star? What? Just what? Okay, well, hear me out. Our story begins during the final moments of planet Namek. Super Saiyan Goku is battling with Lord Frieza exactly like he does in the original timeline, and meanwhile, you've got Gohan trying to find Bulma and all that mess is going down, and meanwhile, King Kai is standing around acting out his own little plan that he intends to resurrect everyone who was killed by Frieza and his men, and of course using the Namekian Dragon Balls to send everyone back to Earth. And well, Goku of course insisting that he stays behind and finishes off Frieza, and well, with that, the plan pretty much goes off without a hitch, but with a slight difference. Not only are the people who were killed on Namek are resurrected, but a certain Bald and Beautiful Saiyan is also surprisingly resurrected. But DB Rai wasn't Nappa killed by Vegeta? Yes, but as Team 4-Star pointed out in Dragon Ball Z Abridged, technically, when Vegeta and Nappa were on Earth, technically both of them were still working for Frieza. And with that technicality, also with Nappa also working for Frieza at the time, this would actually mean that Tien and Yamcha are also resurrected. Just because, technically, Vegeta and Nappa hadn't been, it's not like they were fired by Lord Frieza. In fact, they weren't under orders of Frieza for what they were doing on Earth either, but technically they were still under the employ of Lord Frieza. So I think we can let that sort of slippery slope go. So Tien and Yamcha are brought back, and of course Chaozu can't be restored by the Earth Dragon Balls because he had already been revived by the Eternal Dragon on Earth. But needless to say, Nappa, Yamcha and Tien have all woken up in the same area. Well, no, that's wrong. Nappa would have woken up where he was killed, while Tien and Yamcha would have woken up in those preservative capsules where Bulma and Roshi stashed their bodies. Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Although I'm not sure that's actually canon in the manga. Anyway, you get the point. The bottom line is Nappa, Yamcha, and Tien are back, and Nappa sort of looking on in confusion. He's not sure what... He's struggling to sort of remember what had happened to him, but he does quickly remember that, yes, he was blasted away by Vegeta, and that he was killed, and now suddenly he's been brought back. And, well, needless to say, Nappa is not too happy. I think there's going to be certain words to a certain Prince of all Saiyans when Vegeta ends up on Earth. And, well, he is on Earth right now at the moment. And, well, with Nappa being resurrected, now, I'm not sure whether you'd call this canon or whatnot. It's just been sort of more or less a theory that goes along in the usage of Dragon Balls, specifically when they resurrect Saiyans, that there is in fact a Zenkai boost when the dragon brings you back because all your wounds are restored and you're healed from the damage. So it is possible that Nappa has had a bit of a Zenkai boost from being killed by Vegeta and being brought back. And, well, I don't know. Either way, Nappa is still way weaker than Vegeta and everyone else at this point. But it is possible he may have gotten a bit of a Zenkai from that. Then again, he was blasted into nothing, so maybe not as well. You guys can discuss that in the comments if you want amongst yourselves. And, well, with that, everyone's on Earth awaiting the final moments of to hear news on what's going on Namek. And meanwhile, Nappa, who has since picked up on the ability to sense energy just like Vegeta did. Now, you could maybe call that as part of the Zenkai boost or just part of the experience of having battling on Earth. After all, Saiyans do naturally adapt to their environment, so it is possible that Nappa could pick up on the fact that now he can raise his power level whenever he wants to and sense energy just like Vegeta could in the beginning of the Namek saga. So Nappa senses that there are a bunch of power levels all gathered up in this direction, and a lot of them are freakishly more powerful than he is. However, there's one specific energy that is indistinguishable to him, and that is, of course, Vegeta. So Nappa is basically racing towards him, and, well, yep, Vegeta is more or less gonna be it all. I'm gonna be king of the earth now, I'm the strongest. When Frieza and Kakarot are blown up on Namek, I will be the strongest, blah blah blah. You know, that whole talk. I could just use the Dragon Balls here to make myself immortal. And, well, with that whole thing is not gonna happen because Piccolo has to point out to Vegeta that the Earth Dragon Balls is what brought him back in the first place. And that they won't be active again for another year. And, well, this is where Nappa makes his appearance and everyone is very shocked to see him. Gohan, Piccolo, and Vegeta. Nappa? What are you doing here? I destroyed you!
Well, Vegeta, I don't understand it as well. But now that I am back,
Nappa does get a shot in on Prince Vegeta.
That was for blowing me away, you spoiled brat.
Even though Nappa does realize Vegeta is a lot stronger than him and he can just blow him away again, Nappa wanted to get one strike in, and, well, Vegeta's getting up and he's getting ready to power up and more or less destroy Nappa again. However, Gohan gets in between the two and actually more or less stops both their strikes, and basically he and Piccolo just point out now is not the time. Not with everything going on Namek right now, not with Goku dealing with Frieza.
What? You mean Kakarot's actually dealing with Frieza? I'll be. Well, he did take me to school, I suppose. I'm confused. What's happening here?
And, well, After that, they do get the news that the battle is over and that planet Namek did explode, and that, as far as they know, Goku was taken out in the blast. And Vegeta is really more or less happy about this. However, he does tell them the information about how planet Earth has its own check-in station. You could bring Kakarot there and then wish him back using the Namek Dragon Balls. And well, Vegeta, of course, only wanting to know this so he could turn Super Saiyan himself.
Wow, B, that lower class Saiyan is actually a Super Saiyan. Always thought that was a bit of a fairy tale myself.
And well, this leads to, well, them going to, Capsule Corp, and well, after the Namekian Dragon Balls are restored and active again after the passing of Guru, passing down his abilities to Moro, he's resurrected. Well, Krillin, of course, is resurrected, in Capsule Corp, and they get the news that, they bring Krillin to the check-in station, use a second wish to bring him back, and well, the third wish is to wish back Chaozu, and after finding out that Goku is still alive, Vegeta storms up like he does to, go to planet Earth, and meanwhile, as for Nappa, he doesn't really want anything more to do with the Prince. He doesn't like Prince Vegeta at all. I mean, after all, Prince Vegeta killing you would probably have that effect on you. So, Nappa is more or less hanging around Mount Paozu, specifically with Chi-Chi and Gohan. Now, it's not like Nappa has really changed his ways so much, it's just Gohan is a half Saiyan, it's better being amongst at least someone kinda like him, and well, it takes a bit of time, but over the next year before Goku's re-arrival, Nappa actually does begin to change, hanging out with Gohan, and Nappa more or less getting into his hobby of gardening, and that's more or less what more or less triggers his change in this series. And well, with Nappa flying around, he's more or less a good help for Chi-Chi anyway. Chi-Chi doesn't have to run for miles to get groceries or anything. She can set Nappa and Gohan to do that. And whenever Gohan's finished with his homework and everything like that, well, he can always sneak off with Nappa and do some training with him, and with Piccolo, who, well, he wasn't very trustworthy in Nappa either at first, but eventually he sort of more or less came around. After all, it's handy having a Saiyan for a training partner. So this would actually mean that Gohan is actually getting stronger in this timeline. There is no Garlic Jr. saga. Moving on. And well, needless to say, Vegeta has since finally made his return. He's run out of fuel, and he's having to settle into a life in Capsule Corp, and this is where he sensed that, well, Goku has botched the job, Frieza is still alive, and that he's coming. He is racing towards planet Earth with his father as well, and his father's henchmen. Oh yes, Frieza is out for revenge. And well, Nappa can sense this as well, along with Gohan. Now, as for Nappa being beat around by Gohan and Piccolo, it did damage Nappa's pride quite a bit, but it wasn't too long he was able to catch up to their level of power, you know. Saiyans in training, Zenkai boost, and well, this is where so Nappa has managed to somewhat catch up in terms of power. He could battle on par with Prince Vegeta if he absolutely had to. And well, with Gohan strapping on his Saiyan armor and, well, Nappa sort of showing up in a sort of gi that was sort of made for him. Yeah. After all, Nappa had no clothes, so GG had to spend a little time on the sewing machines, I guess you could say. Anyway, so with that, Nappa, Vegeta, and the rest of the Dragon team are around on where Frieza is expected to land, and they're more or less trying to sneak up on Frieza and his father when, well, they are attacked by someone else. And, well, I know what you're thinking, this is gonna just be Future Trunks doing his normal thing. No, I'm actually changing it this time. Today, we get Future Nappa. Yes, a Future Nappa who has since, the future version of him has since become a Super Saiyan, and he basically dispatches of Frieza and King Cold even more easily than what Future Trunks did. And well, this would lead to Nappa being even more confused.
What? There's two of me now?
Oh yeah, two of you. Huh, one of you is bad enough. And well, with that, Goku makes his landing, and Future Nappa introduces himself and, more or less speaks to Goku alone and gives him the whole rundown about androids are coming to attack him, and everything like that. Now, there is a Future Trunks as well, however, it was actually more believable to sort of send Nappa back, how he's sort of familiar, and people are going to be able to believe this guy's information is better because, well, he is indeed a Future Nappa. It just seemed a bit more easier and a bit more logical to send him back rather than Future Trunks. So, at the very least, while Nappa's warning them, they still got Future Trunks there defending the innocents and defending as many civilians as he can and keeping people safe and all that. And, well, so after that pretty much goes down, Future Nappa more or less takes his leave, and, well, Goku is left pondering how Nappa's even alive, because he sees the present-day Nappa as well, and what's he doing on their side, that sort of thing. But he's more or less brought up to speed pretty quickly, and Goku can more or less buy into that. And I think that's actually where we're going to leave things for the moment. Just more or less, I haven't really thought of what else is going to happen after this point yet. So what do you guys think? Do you think there's potential here to have Nappa coming back into the fold? Do we actually feel that maybe if Akira Toriyama actually thought of it at the time, we actually could have had Nappa in the remainder of the Dragon Ball Z series? Because I actually feel that that's actually what would have happened had they wished back for the Namekians were brought back by Frieza, by everyone who was killed by Frieza and his men. It would actually bring back Nappa as well, because like I said, technically Vegeta would have still been working for Frieza at the time. Anyway, little something fun you guys can discuss in the comments anyway. So as always, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys again next time. Catch you later.